Welcome to the 3Haunted podcast, where we bring you all things horror, supernatural, folklore, mythology, and all things that go bump in the night.
What's up, everybody? This is your co-host, Ashley Lunar Goddess, Gorilla Girl filmmaker and horror-loving cinephile. I'm just your average podcast-producing badass.
I'm BJ Sewura, an aspiring paranormal musician who plays live for the dead because the living just doesn't want to hear me.
The Dead of Winter Horror Network and Nick Kane from the 508 Productions invite you to endure the most terrifying immersive experience in all of podcasting. Beneath the Red Umbrella, now available wherever you listen to podcasts. Beneath the Red Umbrella, when the snow falls, the killing season begins.
What's up, ghouls, gals, and all of our horror-loving pals out there? In today's episode, we are diving into the Flanaverse. That's right, we're discussing all things Mike Flanagan with special guest Amber Carr. Welcome to the show, Amber!
Yay! Thank you so much for having me. 'Tis an honor, I must say.
It is a privilege to have you on, so BJ's going to get sick of us really quickly.
Challenge accepted.
We are very peppy and amped and hyped up when we're around each other.
That's great.
BJ's going to be like, I've never seen this side of you, Ashley. And it's like, well, because it's Amber.
Matching energies, right?
Our energies
Yes.
match well. And actually, I think our energy vibrates so high when we're around each other. We would probably be a really good team to enter like a demon-filled house because the demons would be like, oh, hell no. I'm out of here.
They would leave on their own. They'd be like, you don't need to say anything. We'll just
Yep.
I'm into this. I need this to happen. I'm so here for it.
I mean, so for those who don't know, Amber and I work for the same company. We work a lot of events and conventions together, and we geek out over all things horror and spooky. I mean, this girl sends all the wonderful, amazing spooky to my DMs.
Yes,
And I love her
queen.
for it. Yes, I love her
you.
for it. But there was an event we were at in Washington, and she had booked a tour for us at this haunted mansion, Meeker Mansion, right?
Yes.
That's how I knew that I would forever love Amber, because she had reached out to me and said, hey, Ash, I know we're going to be in Washington. Would you be interested in this spooky tour? And I'm like, I love you so much.
It solidified our love from that
It
day
did.
forward.
That, and you held a chair for me so it didn't flip over as I did an acro chair stand on.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You were underneath me. I could have crushed you.
No, I gotta protect my boo.
She protected me. She held that chair down so steady. Oh, man. The shenanigans, BJ. The shenanigans.
So you guys did the ghost tour. Any ghosts? Not really.
She laughs.
No, sadly, but it was a gorgeous mansion.
Yeah, that's awesome. Where was this?
Puyallup, Washington.
Puyallup.
Yeah. Puyallup. That's how they taught me to say it, because I had no idea how to make my mouth say the word I was looking at. So I asked one of the locals when they picked us up for the first event that I was working there. I'm like, how do you say this city name? And they're like, how do you think it's pronounced? And I was like, Puyallup? And they're like, never say that again. And then they taught me how. They're like, just think of Puyallup. And they did the finger guns and all. Puyallup. And I was like, done. I'll always remember that.
They are precious humans, and it's much better. I was saying, pull y'all up.
Puyallup. Like,
It looks like pull y'all up.
it's Puyallup. I'm going to pull y'all up out of here. But yeah, it was a really like beautiful mansion and estate. It's definitely historical. They've kept a lot of it, original, I guess. They have like what did they say that like they fit a ton of kids in some like bedroom and trunk, or I don't remember. I was house
Some
listing.
weird, but the ceilings, let me tell you, the ceilings were stunning. We got
Yeah,
to
it
go into the
was.
basement.
See, and that was the thing. It was so beautiful, but it did not feel elevated in energy at all. And that's okay because it's still historical. It's still beautiful. And they were kind enough to do a night tour for us because we were at the event. I was going to say event and convention, the Evention. We were at the Evention all day. And we told them we wouldn't even be done until close to like 7 or 8. And they were really patient. And they're just like, yeah, come whenever you're done. So we got a group together and went. And they normally don't let people into the basement. They don't do like a basement tour, or that's not part of the tour. But I kept, pestering, like, but do we get to see the basement? And they're like, well, that's the door to the basement. And I'm like, does that mean we get to go in there? And the lady was really nice. I know. And she was so nice. And she's like, okay, we could go into the basement. And I swear we all cheered. And then, of course, everybody's like, you first, Ashley.
It was creepy down there.
I did. I went first.
Group. You did. You're a brave one.
There were sections of the basement, like the old root cellar, and there was a prep cellar for, I don't know what they were prepping in there, but there was lots of tools in there. Yeah, that like the energy did shift. It did feel different in there. And some of our clients said that too. They walked in and they're like, I don't like it in here. And they like walked right back out. They noped out of there. And I was like, well, yeah. They noped out. They noped right out. And I'm like, ooh, let me go right in.
It was great.
It was. But they were really amazing. What would you even say? Historical guides. It was just.
They were wonderful. They knew their stuff. They were, and like you said, they were exceptionally kind to us because
very welcoming.
I mean, it was late. We were being us.
We were delirious. We were giggly. And, it was fun. And I really loved every part about it. Their library has very old books. And of course, I channeled my inner Belle and I'm like opening the books. And it's like, Jack Skellington, what's this? What's that? And it just, they didn't care. They were just like, have fun.
Oh, and the portraits made of hair. Remember that? Made with hair?
Yes.
That
they had some interesting. They also had this art piece. We took pictures of it. It was the baby angels, but they looked like the cherubs. How do you say that? Cherub?
Yeah,
they
cherubs.
had the baby.
They were creepy little things.
There was one where the cherubs looked like they were just like depressed and dying, and I'm like, "There's something wrong with this painting." It was spooky, and to the point where a lot of us took pictures of it because we were like, that ain't right. But yeah.
Oh, we did. Oh my gosh. I remember that now.
Yep. They allowed you, I guess, did you have to get permission to do that or did they care? I guess they didn't care, right? Obviously.
We asked if we could take photos before we went in and they said we could take photos of whatever. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we had permission to, and I imagine that's something that they extend to other tour groups, just respecting what you're taking pictures of, not like climbing on things, but but yeah, like they said we fit pictures, stuff like that was fine. So
that's awesome. So like you guys get to probably go to a bunch of different places because you go all over, right? Have you guys gone to other places together yet?
We need to.
So that's part of the tricky is sometimes, you're just going in and out into the event, out after. And so it's hard sometimes to be able to explore and get away. But she's definitely helped me kind of remember to tap into what's around. Because you also took me to Bumpus.
Bumpus! Guys, if you ever find yourself in, Puyallup. Puyallup. You have to go to Bumpy's. Come on now.
It is a dive bar that plays the best music. But again, a dive bar. But they have the best pizza. The pizza is glorious. And I'm not crazy huge on pizza. And it takes a lot to get me to say pizza is amazing. But like the pizza they had was fantastic.
It was glorious. And the cheese, it was like It was
It was
unreal.
Ninja
I
Turtle
didn't expect
pizza.
that at all.
Oh,
It was. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh, it was that kind of pizza.
It was
Now you're
that kind of
talking.
pizza because I didn't even order it. One of our fellow like coworkers ordered the pizza and they set it down at the table and I was like, "Oh my god, that's Ninja Turtle pizza!" And he's like, "You want some?" I'm like, "Yes." And
Yeah,
I
we
ate
all
it,
just
and
dug in.
yep, we all went in, and it was phenomenal.
Now I'm gonna have to like write it
Bumpies.
down. That's add it to the list of places to go for sure. It's awesome.
Bumpies.
Yeah,
Bumpus is that's such a weird name too.
Bumpies.
Bumpies. Like she got
We
a
got
hat,
hats.
and Amber went all in, and I love that. I love that vibe of Amber, and I love any show I can be at with Amber because she goes all in, and she reminds me to be excited about life and things.
Beeb, you're amazing. You too. Like we said, we match energy, and I just love her, and I see her as a mentor, and she's just the greatest. Oh, I love you so much.
Now, speaking of enthusiasm and excitement, Amber loves her some horror.
Yay.
And let's go.
I mentioned, hey, if you ever want to come on and geek out on horror with us, and she's like, can we do a Flanagan episode? I'm like, we sure fucking can.
Yes, we can. He's a genius.
So we haven't done that.
We haven't done that. We haven't. Oh. And given all of the content that he has put out in the TV and film realm, it's like, it's about time. It's about time It's about time we dive into the Flanagan universe, the Flanaverse.
Yes, preach, girl. He's a genius.
and in a short time too. Like he's been just knocking it out, you know, like the TV shows, the movies, just like one after the other, just boom, 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 boom. And it's not like it's not, you know, retread or anything. It's unique. Every one of them's different. And, you know, the actors are the same, but I kind of love that, right? Like, does that bother you at all? Or is it something that you're like, that's what makes it his or theirs, I should say?
I kind of love it just because they deserve those parts, if that makes sense. Like he's not just doing it because he's like, oh, these are my favorite actors. Like they were made for those parts, in my opinion. And his writing is just so elevated. And yeah, I kind of love seeing the familiar faces.
I don't mind it because I feel like he's not the only one that does that. You know, we've got Kevin Smith who does it with his usual suspects. We've got Adam Sandler who does it with his usual suspects. And there's a lot of filmmakers, I feel like they have a few individuals they really enjoy working with that they can evoke things out of, right? Like actors. And so for him, I think it works really well because the characters he keeps reusing, or not characters, but the actors that he keeps reusing are phenomenal. And so I don't mind it.
Yes.
And Ryan Murphy, it's like American Horror Story too. He uses a lot of the same people.
Ryan Murphy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, gosh, the actors he reuses are amazing too.
Oh, I know. I'm like, why not? They're brilliant.
What is that guy's name? Shoot. I love him. He is just disturbing, and I love everything about his acting.
Evan Peters?
Evan Peters. I was like, it's Evan something. Oh my word. I have been
phenomenal.
Enchanted, captivated by him. And it's not like an attraction thing. There is something about the way he delivers and his energy that I could just watch him in anything. It doesn't matter what. He's so compelling. There's very few actors that do that, like for me, but it's just like, oh man, he is just phenomenal. We're sidetracking. Evan isn't in Flanaverse.
Evan is top notch.
But he's great.
He can do all sorts of stuff too.
His range is phenomenal.
Agreed.
So for me, the Flanaverse, like with the actors, when I first saw The Haunting of Hill House, like I fell in love. That's when I discovered Flanagan. And then I went back and watched his previous stuff and then his later stuff after that. And for me, it kind of, like when I watched The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Hill House is maybe one of my favorite shows, like of all time. Like I watch it every single year, around, you know, Halloween. I always watch it all the way through just because I think it's amazing. Just everything about every single episode, the characters, just all of it. And when I started to watch Bly Manor, and then well, that one, it kind of threw me off for a second because I was like, no, but you're this character. You can't be this character. This is weird. Like,
This is weird.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
you know, because I was like in love.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want you to be somebody else. I want you to be this character forever.
No, that's a very good point. You make a very valid point with that.
No, he uses some, reoccurring actors. Do you have specific favorites that you like seeing him bring back into his universe?
Ooh, good question. Henry Thomas. I really enjoy him a lot.
I like Henry Thomas, but I've had some people give feedback that he pulls it down, and I'm like, I disagree.
I disagree. Oh, I also love his real life wife, Kate. Is it Siegel?
Yeah.
Siegel, yeah.
Siegel.
Mm-hmm. She's
She's
amazing.
so good.
Well, she's been with him since the beginning, basically, right? Like that's kind of how they got together, just starting out, and then they just kind of came together and then kept doing projects together, right?
It's beautiful.
She's actually talented.
And she's amazing. Yes.
Some people cast their significant others or their kids or, did the whole kind of like nepotism thing to help them develop and enhance their career. And sometimes it's like, maybe not the call. But with her, it's like, that is the perfect call.
Yes. She is so good.
Yeah, I think it's because they talk so much and they're talking about the script. They're they're seeing eye to eye on things with the character in a deeper level than maybe just a relationship where it's just strictly business, right? Like maybe it adds to it, I feel. And I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be one of those like tricky scenarios because some people can work with their family and some people is going to destroy them if they work together. But with them, clearly, it is just phenomenal that they work together because what they're able to bring about is amazing.
My favorite characters or favorite actress from all of it is probably Carla Gugino. She is amazing. I just love her in all of the things. Like obviously The Haunting of Hill House for sure, but just and I guess I haven't seen it, but Gerald's Game, right? So I guess I found out, and you guys probably know this maybe, but she was like a last minute fill-in basically. Like they were ready to shoot and everything, and then at the last second the lead just kind of just opted out. And so they were like stuck. They're like, what are we going to do now? And so she kind of stepped in and made it happen for them.
I had no idea.
Right?
She was
Isn't
perfect.
That cool? Yeah, you would have never guessed.
Yeah, she's another favorite. She's incredibly talented.
I have two favorites. I have Zach Gilford, who he played in Midnight Mass Riley Flynn. Another one that's compelling to watch. I also love Rahul Kohli.
Oh, love him.
He played the sheriff in Midnight Mass, but he's also, was it Owen in Haunting of Bly
Manor? Yes, yeah. I think so.
Yeah. I love his acting capability. Like there are people that I feel like Mike Flanagan collects, for lack of a better word, that just what they're able to evoke and what they're able to emote is so subtle, but it just translates so well through the screen. And I'm enthralled with watching everything that he puts out.
Beautiful way to put it. Very captivating person. Beautiful, so eloquent.
Oh, I thank you.
Oh.
I am also a fan of Victoria. How do you say Pedretti?
Oh, she's very good.
Yes. I mean, for me, in The Haunting of Hill House, just her character, I felt like I was her character in that movie, or in that TV show, just because of just all the things she was going through, like with her dreams, the anxiety, the sleep paralysis, the bent neck lady. Like, oh my God, like that reveal for that. Spoilers, whatever. But yeah, that whole thing, like I don't know. There's certain things that happen in TV shows that you have to just stand up and just kind of walk away for a minute, just because it hits you so hard. And that one definitely did.
Yes. That whole series, man, just oh.
I also think Hamish Linklater is phenomenal. And he's only been in 2 of Mike Flanagan's works that I believe, Midnight Mass, and then he's going to be, I think, in the upcoming Life of Chuck, if I recall.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that like he's a phenomenal person to watch. I want to dive into Midnight Mass.
Oh my gosh, let's go. Yes.
So it would be really easy to get bored in specific scenes if not executed well. So in Midnight Mass, we have quite a few scenes between Monsignor and Riley at the AA meeting. And it's just those two sitting across from each other. There's nothing else to distract you. They are in a bare room in this open rec center, and it's just them. Again, that could be something because the scenes go on, right? It's a lot of dialogue. And it's not like heated where they're yelling at each other. There's not a lot of roller coastering. It's 2 people talking to each other, but the things that they're saying and the subtle expressions on their faces as they oscillate between these discussions, it's just like, holy shit. How am I not bored? Because I'm all in and this is just phenomenal. What they're saying is amazing.
Yes. And I think I also felt that way with is it Riley and is her name Erin when they're sitting on the couch talking about what they what comes after death or how they view. That is so stunning. And with just the subtle zoom in as they do their each monologue. Wow.
It's beautiful. And we get that a lot. Like Mike Flanagan worlds are dialogue heavy. It's not super action driven. There is action. There are, climaxes that pop off that kind of like, whoa, where'd that come from? But it is predominantly a slow burn dialogue world. But it's okay because the dialogue he writes and the way these people are interacting with each other, it's very melodic.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful way to put it. And like
she's my hype man.
Right. And I hope this makes sense, but when I try to explain his work to people, I'm like, he does not dumb it down. He knows we're intelligent people. He brings us up to his level. He will not just water his dialogue down. He brings us to that level with him, and he expects us to know what he's talking about, but it's just incredible what he can do with words.
Yeah, I feel like, especially when it comes to Midnight Mass, people hear it's a vampire series, but you think about the actual vampire, and we don't get a lot of that the first 4 episodes. We get a few scenes, but for the most part, this is really about the plight of a dying fishing community and the kind of the result of growing up in that kind of community. You either follow along and become part of that engine, or in Riley's case, you go explore the world and act out and something bad happens. Not because he left, but, just going from a very sheltered community out into the big world. And you have very real scenarios that are horror in themselves, but not because it's like, ooh, vampires. It's horror because that's real world. That's humanity. So like Riley drunk driving, killing somebody, and the little girl who got the little girl who got shot by the town drunk and her, paralysis because of that. And it's just the miscarriage, even though it's tied to the vampirism, like this woman having a miscarriage, essentially. It's like, these are very real scenarios and like the crisis of faith. It's just very big scenarios living in this horror world. Honestly, to me, it's very along the same world as like Sinners.
Yes, absolutely. And I loved the comparison of angels and vampires, how they were using biblical text to actually make me believe that, whoa, I mean, some of that I believe is very vampiric. Like, I believe you. Like, I get it, dude. Like, I get why you thought that this creature might be an angel.
Well, he was old and delusional, okay?
That, but like,
His faculties weren't quite there.
when people saw angels, they feared them. I mean, vampires have healing powers. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I will say
He was delusional,
Bev
though.
was the actress Samantha who plays Bev. I've never hated a character so much, but that's beautiful, right? Like, that's beautiful. He can evoke that strong of a negative reaction. Because usually I like a character or I'm neutral to a character. But with her, I'm like, oh my God, fucking kill her. Somebody, like, I hate her so much. But I will say this. There was one scene where, as much as I disliked her character, I was like, you believe completely everything you're saying. And I can't necessarily fault you in that. Because it'd be one thing, everybody painted her to be taking advantage of the community and trying to get rich. And maybe that's true. I don't know. But how protective she was of the Monsignor.
Mhm.
And, one could say she was trying to control him, which eventually I think she does. However, when he attacks and eats what is the town drunk's name? I love him. Such a phenomenal, also another amazing actor. Oh man.
I'm trying to think. Let me try to find it.
Yeah.
Because
let's
that's a
ask
wonderful
Google.
character, and we love him so much.
Again, another wonderful, compelling actor. He doesn't pick one person that isn't phenomenal. I mean, if you look at Midnight Mass, can you name one actor that felt flat or disappeared?
What was his character's name?
It was Joe, wasn't it?
Joe Colley. Yeah, Joe Colley.
Oh, so Robert Longstreet is
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe Colley. So when he, and spoilers, when he attacks Joe Colley, and that is powerful because you could say, okay, he's a vampire, he's bad, blah, blah, blah. But even with what he did in that moment, it was like a momentary loss of control because she finds him just sitting in the corner still covered in blood. And she's like, what did you do? And he's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Hey, I'm going to protect you.
He's in shock as much as like she is. Like he just doesn't even know what's happening. And so even he's not so straightforward bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she convinces the mayor and whoever the other character is, I forget, to hide the body or to get rid of the body, her speech that she gives to them when they're like, we can't do this is wrong. And she flips out on them and she starts quoting the Bible. And everything she says with such conviction that it's like, oh my God, I think she actually believes this. And she believes every single thing, for better or worse. She believes every single thing that's in that book. She's like, you want the good, you want the miracles, you want this, but you don't want, the vengeance of upholding that word. You don't want the responsibility of upholding that. Now you're uncomfortable. And it's like, ooh,
girl.
Oh, you tell them.
I know, right?
I was like, wow, like that's, as much as she's a character to loathe, she made sense. She's like, you want all these miracles.
She did sometimes, and that's what's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that is what's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's how people fall prey, oftentimes, to being talked into the kind of vengeance and the crusades and the things that are like probably not best for carrying that positive word. But yeah, her character was awful.
Oh, we hate her. We hate Bev.
We hate Bev.
The good thing is Samantha, she was in the Life of Chuck, right? I don't know if you've seen it, but she plays a much more likable character.
She was also in Hush, and she was way more likable as well.
I don't think I'll ever be able to see her other than Bev, to be honest. I'm going to look at her and be like, die, bitch. But
you made me hate you. Very well done.
You did this, you wonderful actress.
You wanted me to hate you, and I did.
Was there anything that you did not like about Midnight Mass?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Ooh, look at me dropping them hard questions.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. of course, a lot of it, spoilers, potentially, a lot of animals died, which made me sad, but
Spoiler.
spoilers!
I think I was just depressed like right at the get go of it. I was like, I don't want to be depressed. Like I want to watch. I want to see vampires. Like you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
I think at first I was like thinking I was gonna have fun, and then it wasn't.
I just want to see
oh,
and then
vampires.
and then it was like real life, and I'm like, oh no,
Oh, this is horror. This is horrible.
right?
horrible. I actually went into it not knowing anything about the vampire aspect of it, which made it
Wow.
10 times better for me.
It was that slow burn. I had a and I'm still having a problem with one thing. I will preface this. I think Midnight Mass, and this is just my own belief, I think Midnight Mass is the masterpiece of the Flanaverse. I feel like everything else is beautiful and he did well, but I feel like, I don't know, Midnight Mass just feels like the masterpiece to me. With that said, I feel like the masterpiece is very flawed. For Riley, who's been the voice of grounding and stability and caring and kindness and guilt. He's like all of the emotions we hide in the shadows, but also
Oh,
the
beautiful.
light. Yeah, it's like, for all of that, all the episodes of build up of this beautiful character, this complicated, layered character, to then take this kind of cowardly way out. And it is cowardly. They say it's like it's a sacrifice because he had to show the vampires were real, but it's like you could have done that without that.
Yeah.
Because now you can't help. Now you can't help the people.
Exactly.
You just left them there to fend for themselves. Your brother, your girlfriend, your dad, like all of these people are now left to have to face this monster that you're like, hey, look, the monster exists. Bye.
Dude, that's so true.
Do you think though that he would allow him like do you think maybe it's part of it is like because of the transformation he doesn't have full control?
Even without the control, he had control enough to take her on the boat and spend this
Right.
entire time rowing out with her and then waiting till sunrise and then letting himself burn to ashes. In that entire time, he could have done the same thing, exposing that and coming up with a game plan. Like, hey,
Right.
I don't know how long I'm going to be me. So, like, here's what I need to do to get y'all to safety. But to just be like, let's take time and row your boat, and then bam, baby, burned. It's like, and by the way, how about traumatizing somebody? Like having these happy connecting, like not happy, but these emotionally deep connecting moments with someone who loves you deeply, and then like, boom. Talk about what the fuckery.
I need to rewatch that show for sure. It's been a minute.
He was a coward.
He was a coward. I mean, he got that strength. He like finally got that strength. He could have used it to help fight, maybe.
And you did say what about his control, but I will say this. Monsignor at this point has completely turned into a vampire, and even he tries to fight back against the angel when he realizes it's not good, it's bad, it's evil. And he's been dosing up on the vampire blood a lot longer, and he's been a vampire days longer. So if he's able to try and fight back and have that kind of agency, Riley could have too.
Fair enough.
But he was a bitch.
Little bitch.
He just got little sunburn and
That was so traumatizing. I don't love the way, I know it was intentional, but I don't love the way the boat scenes were filmed because it felt like a dream.
Oh,
They
yeah.
used like heavy glow on it. And so I'm like, is this real? Is this not real? And so like when he exploded into flames, I'm like, was this real? Was she dreaming? I don't know. But then when you get to the next episode, it's like, oh, it was real.
Whoops.
I don't like when filmmakers use glow. I want to be honest, because it automatically puts us in a state of, is this a dream sequence?
Yeah, that's true.
But, creatively to each their own. I'm a dick.
Whatever.
But no, you bring up good points, and I agree. I mean, Midnight Mass. If a lot of people, when I was looking up all these things, that's one. A lot of people rank that as the top of his stuff. Like Midnight Mass is up there with Haunting of Hill House and a couple of the others, right? Doctor Sleep. We haven't gotten into that, but I don't know if you guys wanted to jump into any one of the other ones, but
I do want to ask really quickly.
Yeah, go.
How did you feel about the way they wrapped up Midnight Mass? Do you remember the ending?
I just remember being very sad. I mean, like you said, it is kind of a slow burn, so maybe it was a little quick at times. It was a bit depressing, but I mean, I'm fine with having to do that. I don't know where my brain's going with this. like he did what he had to do, and I get it.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of layers in this that can like be touched on in terms of like commentary on like humanity, and like people are accepting the miracles without really questioning where's this coming from. They're just blindly allowing it, right? Blindly drinking the Kool-Aid, blindly drinking the vampire blood without really analyzing what's going on. And it's not like, the thing I love really a lot about Midnight Mass specifically is it's not a commentary either way. It's not a commentary like the church is bad or the church is good. If anything, I think it highlights like there are nuances. Some people need community. Some people need that spirituality. When Aaron was talking about, this is why I go to church. This is why I'm taking, it's consecration, right? No, what's the word?
Communion.
Oh, communion.
The communion. Yes. This is why I'm taking the communion, because it's bringing her comfort in a space that she doesn't understand, which again goes back to the scene that you talked about, Amber, where they're talking about what happens after we die, or when he's talking to Monsignor in the AA hall and they're talking about like, why did these bad things happen? And Monsignor is like, I don't know, but that doesn't change where I stand, what I believe. And it's like, I don't know. I do love that he was able to tackle this very big, oftentimes controversial aspect of religion and community. And it wasn't a bad thing either way. It wasn't demonizing anybody. Everybody had a voice. And I thought it was beautifully done.
Very true. And then now that I think about it more, like you said, so we don't really 100% know if the vampire dies at the end, correct? But we assume so because she can't walk anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, of course, Aaron sacrificed by dying, but she
Cutting the
stabbed
wings.
the wings.
Yeah. Yeah. All of them really like sacrificed each other and or themselves. All of them sacrificed themselves to try and take this thing down once they realized what it was. And even Pruitt, his eyes were opened. He's like, this isn't good. This, like, if this is what comes from this, the violence and the murder and the, like, this isn't good. And yeah, I don't know. I love that nobody was straight, good, or bad, except for Bev.
Self-righteous Bev.
Except for that bitch Bev.
Bitch.
I do. Yeah, I think the only way we have an idea the angel probably died is because Lisa couldn't walk anymore.
Yeah.
But even then, we don't know.
Yeah. Ooh, I did kind of like that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
But also, did you guys ever, and I'm kind of...
No, do it.
So, did you ever see Hush? Did you guys ever see that? It was a movie he did, and it was 2016.
I have not.
I don't think I did. No, I haven't.
Now that you've seen that, you have to go back and watch Hush, because to give you a little idea about what it's about is Kate Siegel is a deaf author, and she's being attacked by a killer. Like, she's trying to outsmart a killer, which is a great premise. But she is writing Midnight Mass in the movie. So he had this concept like 10 years ago. And
I love
amazing.
that.
It's so fun. Good. You have to see it, because like she has her voice in her head and she's talking about Riley and Aaron and, Monsignor Pruitt. Like, it's
Oh my
incredible.
gosh.
And she talks about the fish and the flashing police lights.
Oh, that's awesome.
You guys have to see it. I think it's a
now I
great movie
need
too.
to.
Well, Hush, I think it was one of his first, right? Like it was one of the ones where I think that's where he met her, right? Isn't that where he met?
It's definitely one of his first ones, and I think it's a brilliant movie. And Bev is in it. She plays the neighbor, but she's not a bitch.
Well, he did Oculus and Ouija, Origin of Evil, and a lot of people don't realize that. Dr. Sleep, like he's done some well-known films at the beginning of his career.
Yeah,
and
some heavy hitters.
Yeah, and I don't think people realized that. And I really enjoyed Ouija board. Ouija. It sounds weird when you say it by itself. Ouija. Origin of Evil. Yeah. Like, did you guys watch that?
I agree. That was a great one.
I still need to see it. I still need to watch it. Because I think you were the one who told us that you're like, it's not like what an actual Ouija board is. Like it's different. Like, right? I think that's what you said. It was something like it's not like the way it works.
Kind of. I mean, it's still a standard Ouija board, but the way when she starts connecting, sorry, the sun just came behind me. I'm going to burst into flames. Lower this.
You're very angelic.
There we go.
At least you're not a vampire.
That you know of.
Not yet.
My rules, my world. All right. So, no, and you haven't watched it, so I don't want to give too much away, but when a character actually starts to connect with the spirit world via the Ouija board, it is not a standard way with like hands moving it. The planchette actually moves on its own. And it's fun because she actually is able to lift up the planchette and look through the hole and see spirits through that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a fun play on what we normally are used to, right? He adds little flares that I think are fun and stylistic of him. I would be terrified to hold the planchette up to my eye now because it's like, oh gosh, what am I going to see?
Maybe I'll watch that tonight. That sounds great.
Henry Thomas is also in that.
Yes. Boy Henry. Yeah, it was. I just remember it being really good and really enjoying it.
I absolutely love. Like, okay, so the guys know I don't play with Ouija boards. I don't like to play with Ouija boards. I won't let them in my house because I firmly believe if you're open enough, you can connect to things and have a hard time closing that door. Do I think you're going to get possessed to a demon? No, but I think you might invite some things into your energetic space that you don't want. So I just don't play with it. However, I do enjoy movies that play with the concept of the Ouija board. And this one I really enjoyed. I liked the way he introduced a moment in time with the Ouija board.
Yes. Agreed.
And you should watch it tonight, BJ.
Yeah, I think I will.
Do it, BJ. Let us know what you think.
Right. So that one I need to see. I actually just saw Oculus, right? And I didn't realize. So when I watched it, I was like, "Oh my god!" You could just see when you're watching it. This is Haunting of Hill House. Like, there's just a lot of little things. I'm like, "Oh my god!" It's like in his head while he's making this film. It's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I was like, "This is going to become Haunting of Hill House." That's where this came from. Like, this is where it started, and then now, years later, it became the Haunting of Hill House.
Well, and that's why it's the Flanaverse. It's not just because he made these movies, but all of his stuff is connected in some way. And when you can figure out, that's the thread that ties into it. Like the little nugget you just gave us about Hush. Like, I love that stuff. I'm a geek for that stuff. So, and you'll like it because the mom in Ouija board, BJ, is the adult Shirley Crane in Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, what's her name? Oh God.
Elizabeth, is it Reeser? Yeah, Elizabeth Reeser.
Nice.
So again, he keeps his people, and I love that. He takes care of his people.
And they did an interview with him. I was preparing for this. I was like, I want to just listen to him talk. Just all of the things that's working in his head. Like, why does this work? And they build a family, right? They have this whole production crew of actors and all of the people, the cinematographers, all the people that he works with. And that's why it works, is because they're all on the same page. They know what he wants. and then if there's new people that come in, they recognize that, and they're like, oh my God, like this is something special, and I'm glad to be part of it, and I love that.
Aww.
I want to
Makes
be
me
part of it.
happy. I know. Let's all be part of it. Mike, you heard us.
Mike Flanagan, let us be part
Please.
of your world.
I want to be an extra, please.
I don't even care. Put me behind camera. I don't care. Let me just soak it in.
I have to
I just
shout
want to
out.
be there.
I have to shout out Annabeth Gish as well. I love her. She's a great actress. I actually got to meet her at the Colorado Festival of Horror. She is an amazing person. But yeah, her character in The Haunting of Hill House is amazing. It's just so creepy, but also just like, I don't know. There was something about that character in that show that just, her and her husband, like I felt like he was just, just like this guy, this handyman that he's part of the house, but he knows, to follow the rules and everything. And she was like very much that, almost like a strict religious, like, I care about family. These are traditional values, and you know, but almost like the caretaker, right? She's kind of watching over this family, and she sees it. She's like, yeah, you should probably go take a break, right? And I like that. I like that side of it, because we don't have a character that's outside, well, we do have with her, but because you just see her, the Carla's character, just slowly, go crazy. But yeah,
She's amazing. And that whole twist with their daughter,
oh,
another beautiful gut punch. Like, I think
That's all he
like
does is punch us in the gut.
I know, right? I think Hill House is my, like, I had Midnight Mass as my, like, number 2, but, like, I think Hill House is the crowning glory Flanagan for me.
What connects you to Hill House? Like, what's your, like, what is your big, because everybody's got the thing that connects them to that specific world strongest. So for you, like, what is it about Hill House that's like, oh, that's my crowning glory?
Oh, girl, it's that episode that they filmed, I think, in 3 scenes. The 3
like
continuous
the one shot?
shots, or 3 or 4. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was art. And just like, I thought the casting of the young actors and the older actors were spot on. And it was just, and also I've read The Haunting of Hill House, and I'm not a huge fan of the book, but he took that and created something so incredible that it just, I don't know, it was just, and one of the best jump scares ever in the car.
Yeah. I will say, when it comes to cinematography, Haunting of Hill House takes it. There's some beautiful, like, techniques he uses in that I don't think I saw in Midnight Mass. So he definitely had fun in that one with different, like, I think there's one scene where, like, the camera's rotating and it's just like, oh, I love this.
Yes, I'm a sucker for cinematography.
Oh yeah, and he even said that The Haunting of Hill House was like the hardest thing that he did at the time. It was just so draining for so many reasons. You're right, just the characters, all the characters, filming it, just the challenges that they had to deal with. And I think once he got over that hump and created that, I think it kind of just paved the way to make things so much easier to just be like, oh yeah, I did it before, I can do it again, but with this twist and this way and this story, right? So he's just kind of on a roll now, especially with just The Life of Chuck that just came out. That one is obviously not a horror, but it is, you can tell it's got him all over it. And then and then he brings in a lot of other actors too from like Karen Gillan, she's in that, from Oculus, right? They bring her back for a brand new movie, right? And and Tom Hiddleston, he's great. It's worth it's yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it.
Being a horror lover, I'm such a geek with that. I did like in the Ouija board movie at the end, I don't want to give too much away, but we do have a surprise little, like, quick cameo of Lynn Shay. And those that don't know who Lynn Shay is, like, her face is iconic. Okay, let's just... She is in all of the Insidious films. If you don't know who she is, watch the movies. She is phenomenal. And so to see her pop up at the end, even for just a moment, I was like, I love you so much. You creep me out.
She's iconic. She's a
She's
horror
so
icon.
iconic.
She's been in so many things. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
amazing. She was really good in all of the Farrelly Brothers stuff, right? Like there's something about Mary, Kingpin, all that stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't. So here's my thing. I hope, I would love it if they would cross over somewhere in the Flanaverse, right? Like you said that they did. I mean, obviously it with Hush, but actually see a character interact with another character from the two movies, right? Like that would be amazing.
That would be
But
so cool.
But
what
which
characters
movies?
Which characters?
Yeah,
what would you choose?
Would you want to see interact?
Ooh.
Oof.
That's a good question. Dang. Well, somebody from the Fall of the House of Usher, I would definitely want one of those guys.
That's exactly where I was going. 1 second.
Show, we haven't even really talked about that.
No, we haven't, which it's also on my top 5 Flanagan. Wasn't there like a crazy brother who was a party animal?
Mm-hmm.
I would want a party animal to hang out with Bev. I want to see that.
Oh gosh.
That's what I want to see.
What if one of the characters from the Fall of House of Usher was actually the father of Erin's baby? Because we never know who the father is. She just talks about her husband she had to get away from because he was abusive and he was a drunk. And like, what if that's a tie?
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
And what if Erin didn't die? She's now a vampire because she died, but she resurrected because she's been taking the blood the entire time. And then she goes back to get her baby daddy.
Oh my gosh. Yes, please.
I don't know.
I want to watch that.
I would like to see a vampire Erin because she was the one with the strongest, purest faith, in my opinion.
Oh, yes.
She had the most innocent, desperate, hopeful outlook when it came to spirituality. So to see her turn into a vampire, it's like, man, what would that look like?
Ooh, I love that.
I was also thinking maybe Carla Gugino as her character in the House of Usher, right? Because she is a supernatural like anagram for Raven, right? You see her with the vampires or something. I don't know. Like I want to see supernatural with supernatural. You know what I mean? if at all possible.
She'd win.
She'd win.
Carla would win.
All day, every day, she'd win. I don't know. The angel was kind of fast and scary and terrifying.
He's gross.
What was he doing in the cave? Like,
it's like there's better places, bro. There's mansions you could have hung out in, right?
He was a ball sack angel. Things you never thought you always wanted to hear.
Compare and contrast. Beautiful ball sack angel.
Ball sack angel. I mean, if that's what you turned into when you're a vampire, I probably don't want to be a vampire.
Probably not.
I think I'm good. I don't want to look like a ball sack.
Yeah, vampires are supposed to be hot.
You burn in the sun. You have to hide in like the weirdest places, and you look like a ball sack. Maybe that's why it looks like a ball sack, because it can't be in the sun, so it's like the shriveled up raisin. I'm gonna be a voice of dissension here.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
I think that Mike Flanagan has come up with some really fantastic pieces, and like his Flanaverse is overall really beautiful. I was really struggling to get through The Haunting of Bly Manor. I'm not a fan of The Haunting of Bly Manor. It was not fun for me.
I honestly think I've come to the conclusion that I just hate the turning of the screw, which is that story, because I've seen 3 different adaptations and I've hated all of them.
It was just so slow. And I don't mind a slow burn, but like I was bored. Like,
I agree.
I just was bored.
Yeah, I didn't really like it either. I wanted to.
Same. I really wanted to.
I wanted to also, but I couldn't. Now that we know, our favorites of the Flanaverse, Are you guys looking forward to what he's doing next? I believe he is going to be directing and writing the new upcoming Carrie TV series.
Yes.
I can't wait to see, like, anything he gets his hands on. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with, because he's always going to have that special little touch.
And he's doing a retelling of The Exorcist, which I don't know. Like,
So here's the thing. I'm looking forward to Carrie because it's going to be a TV series. So they're really going to expand on the world that Stephen King created because it's a very big book. However, or not even however. And I'm also looking forward to it because Stephen King is on board with it.
yes.
So you know that it's still going to have his touch. And that I'm excited about. It's going to draw out what we weren't able to see in the few hours of a movie based on the novel, which I love when they do that. Think about Stephen King It, when they separated it into into two movies, you were able to get more about the book, more from the book. So the story just felt way more just complete. And I loved it. And so I'm really looking forward to Carrie being a series. And it's going to be true to Mike Flanagan series where it's like 8 episodes or something. But I'm excited for that. I'm on board with what you're saying, though. I don't know how I feel about him taking on The Exorcist.
Well, I'll just say this: the Flanaverse, right, is do you believe that he's a better feature filmmaker or a TV show guy? And I think he's better with his TV shows, because I think he because of the way he uses dialogue, he has more room for it in the TV shows, and he can dive deep into these characters, but he doesn't have that necessarily with some of the movies.
I don't know. I enjoyed Ouija Board. So I think that he's capable of creating a strong horror film. He's not
Yeah.
remaking The Exorcist. It's more of like a reboot. So
Right.
if it's just another film in the series, I think I'm okay with that. It would be if, it's I'm remaking it completely, in which case I don't love that. I don't like that. The original was perfect. It doesn't need to be remade. But if it's like, well, I'm going to add to the canon,
Yeah.
I might be okay with it. I don't know. I'm getting tired of Exorcist films. Like, I don't think
Yes.
The Exorcist Believer was solid. I don't think it was strong. So they're like, ooh, 2 possessed girls. That scares people, right? And I'm like, double the fun.
That'll do it.
Double mint twins. I don't know.
No, and they're not. That's
That'll
the
do
thing.
it.
Like, the only Exorcist movie I really liked post Exorcist was the what was it with The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Like, I liked that one, but I don't know. I if I had to put money on like which one I'm gonna like more, it's definitely I'm gonna put more eggs in the basket of the Carrie TV show than the Exorcist movie, for sure.
I don't mind possession films.
Yeah.
So Exorcism of Emily Rose and any of the other films where people are being exorcised because demons, like they could be fun. It's just when it's tying it to the Exorcist universe
Right.
is where I'm like, maybe leave that world alone. I know they tried to bank really hard on tying into the original with Exorcist believers by pulling in the mom from the original Exorcist. And sure, it caught people's attention, but realistically, it was like, oh man, this film is just not what you wanted it to be. So I think if you wanted to take on a possession film, sure, why not? I know Blumhouse is just, they want to get their hands on that. So they're like, let's add to the Exorcist canon, and yay. And Flanagan's like, I'll do it. And it could be good. We know Blumhouse does put out some pretty solid films. But I don't know if taking on the icons, the classics, is where it's at.
I mean, just look at Dr. Sleep. I mean, like, I don't know, taking that on after The Shining, right? Like, super iconic film. And then when people go to watch Dr. Sleep, they're expecting The Shining. They're expecting that tone. They're expecting that music. They're expecting, something that they're not going to get. And that's why, I don't know how well Dr. Sleep did, but I don't think it didn't like shatter records or anything.
I don't think so.
But it'll be, if anything, it'll be kind of like that, right? it'll be something that you watch that you'll get some enjoyment out of with the way that he tells stories, but it may not be. It's not gonna, it's not gonna change your life or anything, or maybe it will. I don't know.
Well, look, here's the deal. People go in when you're using the branding of an established, IP. They go in expecting the same feeling of when they first saw The Exorcist, or they first saw Halloween, or they first saw, like, whatever it is. They go in expecting that same feeling. But you can't, because these icons, these classics, they're classics and icons for a reason. They were the first of their kind when they came out. The Exorcist was the first of its kind, and it shocked the fuck out of people. And so to then try and tap into that again, that special juice of possession or whatever, it doesn't work the same, because you're never going to get that same shock factor again. And that's why it's like, you got to come up with something new. Sure, take on a possession film. Sure, take on a vampire genre. Sure, take on any of these classics. However, give it something so new. Otherwise, you're not going to tap back into those feelings. And that's what people are looking for. They're looking for when they first saw The Exorcist, or when they first saw, I'm just going to throw out random things like Silence of the Lambs, or The Thing, or The Shining. Yeah, like they were all new. They were all something new, contributing to the horror genre. And I feel like oftentimes that's what gets missed in the filmmaking. These companies are like, oh, wait, we'll just go back to that. That did really good. Let's do that again. And it's like, you can't do it again.
Like Alien and Predator, for that matter, too. Same kind of deal. Like, they just keep making them over and over again. Now, sometimes they'll hit a gem like Prey, but sometimes, more often than not, it's just a retread of things that let's try to see if it works again.
Because it was something new. Prey was something new. And that's what I think could be, is if they said, okay, we're going to tap into The Exorcist, but we got to bring something all the way new, which Mike Flanagan might be able to do, because he is unique in his storytelling perspective. If anybody can give us something new and completely different, it might be him. But I think they just have to be very careful about when they do take on these big classics. These are classics for a reason. They're archetypes. The Exorcist created its own whole flippin' subgenre. And so it's just like, can they do it? Maybe. But if anybody can, it's him.
Exactly. That's where my hope is if his name is attached to it, then I've got some hope.
I mean, I'm going to watch it no matter what. Like, you'll still watch it and see, you got to figure it out. But I guess trailers, I don't know how you guys feel about trailers, but like,
I love
it's
trailers.
so hard to tell what you're going to get from a trailer. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, some just give too much away. I would like the teasers to come back and be the only trailer. I don't know.
Yeah, they've gotten worse about that.
Except for Sinners. I had no idea that was a vampire movie.
Yes.
No idea. That one was, I love that you had no idea what you were walking into. I'm like, so this is like a war movie? I don't know. And then, what the fuck, they're vampires? This is amazing.
So good.
I clearly get excited with vampires.
Same. I'm a huge vampire girly.
What's your favorite vampire film?
Ooh, that's a really good question. You're gonna maybe make fun of me, but I loved The Take in Dracula 2000.
No, I love it. We've talked about it.
I love that. And it was like, spoilers, it was Judas. Like, I loved that.
We've actually talked about that. Again, fresh take, right? Like,
yes,
we have the vampire genre, which could be done or recycled or churned in so many different ways. And then the fact that it's like, oh, it's Judas. I'm like, yes.
That's so good. And Gerard Butler was super hot in that. And did you see the Stephen Moffat? Yeah, he did the Dracula series, the 3-part series on Netflix. Did you see that?
I don't think so. I think I saw parts of it. It was the most recent one, right? Or like recent, like within the past decade.
Yes. And not to give too much away, but like you said, it was in the second episode, which is when Dracula is on the ship. he's having dinner with a German passenger, and he's like, "Excuse me, I need to brush up on my German," and goes to drink a German person and comes back and speaks perfect German. Like,
Oh, that's
I love
awesome.
that so
That's
much.
I like that.
That's brilliant.
That reminds
Yeah.
me of the What We Do in the Shadows, right?
Oh,
Like if they drink somebody who's been drunk, they get drunk, right? That
yes.
kind of
That's the
stuff.
only way they can get drunk.
Yeah.
I freaking love that movie, first of all. And the show is good, but the movie is so good.
I do love I do love Dracula 2000. That was one of my favorites. Because of that movie, I actually wanted to work at a Virgin Records store when I was in high school. Like, that
Nice.
was so
That makes me
dorky,
so
but
happy.
I was like, I want to work there. That looks hip. That looks cool. Maybe Dracula will come hang out with me.
Yes, please.
Especially Gerard Butler circa Dracula
Oh my God.
2000.
Woohoo! That deep.
I was in love with just Jennifer Esposito in that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, she's
She's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Well, and I do love with Dracula 2000, they did give a lot of the love notes to the original Bram Stoker's Dracula. He had his 3 brides. It showed you how he got each one. I love he added then the lore of Judas, and like that was beautiful how that tied into already existing vampire lore, right? Mythology of the
Yes.
sun and the silver. And it's like,
Oh.
oh, that makes so much sense.
And the cross and everything.
And the cross, yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. It's so good. So I'm with you. I watched Dracula 2000 just for fun.
I
Like,
need to.
even
I
now.
haven't seen it in a while. It is epic. It's so great.
And the music, the soundtrack's fun.
Completely agree.
All right, guys. Do we have any final thoughts before we wrap this episode up? This has been so fun.
I love it. You guys are both amazing. And you know your stuff so well.
So do you. But you know what? I also know how to Google really fast.
Ooh, yes.
Well, it's hard to put the whole Flanagan universe in your head, right? Because there's so much of it, and that you start looking at the Google, and you're like, oh wait, there's this, and this that you want to talk about. So yeah, it's easy to get lost in it, and then go into tangents to other movies because that's what it connects to, right? And it's just so much fun. That's why we love it, right? Because we talked about everything from vampires to Ouija boards to possession, right? Like, it's great. Love it.
It's everything. You guys have to see Hush, and you have to let me know what you think.
I'm going to watch it now for you.
It's so good. I watch it every Halloween.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
You're both incredible people, incredible humans.
Well, thank you, Amber, for coming on. This has been amazing, and I'm glad we were able to just chat about all the horror. You're phenomenal.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor, guys. I love you both so much.
And thank you to everyone for tuning in to this episode of 3Haunted Podcast with your hosts. I'm Ashley Lunar Goddess.
And I'm BJ Segura.
Do you have any questions, comments, or episode suggestions? Email us at 3hauntedpodcast@gmail.com. And if you haven't done so already, please like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media. You do not want to miss amazing guests like Amber.
Also, don't forget to check out 3hauntedpodcast.com, where you'll find all of our past and current season episodes, as well as guest information and all kinds of awesome merch.
Until next time.